Hope everyone's had a great start to the new year. I can't believe that it's already 2022 and there's been so much buzz and news going on as recently as just a few hours ago, which I'll be sharing some big news that happened in NFT land. All right. Good to see some familiar faces. Hi, Tara. Hi, Kira. Everyone, Kira, if you, actually, it's a different Kira. Hi, Amy.
It might actually be me. Hi, Michelle.
Oh, hi.
I'm so excited.
Oh, me too. This is the time to let's start executing. I know that so many of you have been following and researching and you see the headlines, but now it's time to let's do it. Let's get those wallets ready. Let's get your first NFT. Or actually, I love that so many of you have actually already DM'd that you've already made your first NFT, and some of you have been minting your first NFTs. High fives. Okay, well, I'm just going to get started. This is going to be not as structured and presenting like a formal presentation as I've done in my previous webinars. I have a couple of slides I'm going to go through that's more about how to open your crypto wallet so you can screen grab, just so you've got the information to go back and refer to. But the majority of this call today, we're going to be going through just live screen sharing through some NFT collections. I'm going to show you how to navigate the page, what to look for, and you can ask me questions as we go through those pages, or either shout them out or you can just drop them into the chat. But let's go and navigate and find NFTs that make sense for you to buy. So on that, I'm going to screen share right now. All right, welcome. It's another edition 5 of WAGMI with Michelle. I think most of you have heard what WAGMI stands for, but it's we all gonna make it. It's a great hashtag to use in all of your socials as well. Hashtag WAGMI indicates to others that you are a friend in Web3, that you are open to learn or open to share. It's this great camaraderie community hashtag. So WAGMI. All right, today, how to set up your wallet, buy your first NFT. All right, you can screen grab this. I always put this up here just so you've got it. Some accounts to follow of great news sources and women in crypto that I think are just so helpful as you keep gaining knowledge. And, oh, it's not showing. Oh, there it is. Of course, our awesome friends at Wavely. I gotta tell you, they keep breaking the news cycle before all the big guys do. It's a really awesome team based in UK and New York. Their news feed is, I'd say, 2 to 3 hours ahead of everyone else. They are breaking the stuff before NFT news, and definitely well before all the CNBCs and regular mainstream media. So I love Wavely, and they do have that great subscription for you guys. Again, just screen grab this real quick. Podcasts. I now have a YouTube channel, which my kids think is hilarious. And it's not about I have 16 subscribers. It's not about that. I just want to make sure that if you miss any of these, you can go back and view the webinars. I'll keep posting other videos as well, just as news and sound bites come up, because this space is just traveling at light speed. So it's just a great space for you to keep referring to if you have questions. Look for me there. And then some cool, just recent articles that I thought you might find interesting about what's happening in blockchain, fashion, and of course, what Gary Vee did with his books was just really interesting from a different perspective outside of just traditional NFT art. I did start the wagme.nft account, which I think many of you are following, vetting all of the NFTs that I post here. These are not paid posts. I don't have special interests to promote them other than just I want to help support the NFTs that are being led by an all-inclusive community. So it's really female heavy. I'm not against, of course, featuring male-led NFTs, and I will, but just to really kickstart off all the great female projects that are out there. I've spoken to 95% of all these artists and founders, and I've got some great insights into what they're building, and I try to share them with you as quickly as I can through this account. Okay, so how to buy your first NFT. Let's get you all the things you need. First up, you need to open an account at Coinbase. If you're in the US or most other countries around the world, Coinbase is the #1. In Australia, they've got some unfortunate restrictions here. So Binance is the better one. It just allows to do higher trades because Coinbase, unfortunately, only allows you to do like $100 a day in Australia for some reason. All right, once you have your Coinbase account, it's just a simple email and password, and it's a very simple setup. You can remember that, that's no big drama. You then link your bank account. It's very safe. You can also link to PayPal if you prefer, but just know that if you link to PayPal, your limits will be lower than if you link to your bank account directly. And the transfers are instant. So as soon as you say that you want to buy $1,000 worth of ETH, that will happen within moments. Just to note, if you want to buy NFTs, especially on Opensea, which is where I'm going to be taking you through, you need Ethereum. So if you're trying to figure out which cryptocurrency to purchase, you know, Bitcoin is great. I love Bitcoin, but to buy NFTs, you need Ethereum. You also need to open a wallet. Now that is different. So you've been on your computer, you've opened your Coinbase.com account. Now you need to grab your phone. On your phone in the App Store, you need to download a wallet, which Coinbase wallet or Metamask wallet are the two most popular. If you are doing Coinbase, please note that Coinbase.com and Coinbase wallet are totally separate. They are owned by the same company, but they're two separate entities that operate differently. It's not about having the same login, because that's when you get given a seed phrase. So you open your wallet and you're given a seed phrase. Again, just to show the visual, your wallet looks like this for Coinbase, that blue icon with the dot. Your Coinbase exchange is totally separate. Okay, that seed phrase. So when you open your wallet, it will show you one time 12 words, and the words are things like apple, picnic, table, discover. They're all words that are very simple, but you need to keep this very, very safe. Never share it with anyone. Do not put it out there. If anybody ever asks you for it, never give it to them. Discord is where a lot of scams are happening. When people are trying to sync their wallets to other third parties, they're asking for seed phrases. There's no need for anyone to ever give you or need your seed phrase. The way to think about your seed phrase is when you've opened your wallet, you've essentially opened a Lego piece in the blockchain. And that Lego piece now is identified by those 12 words. So in a room full of Lego that's just being thrown around, if you ever want to find your Lego piece, you need those 12 words. That's why they're important. Once you have your wallet though, whenever you need to open it, usually your thumbprint will open it for you so that you don't need to keep entering your seed phrase every time. It's just your face or thumb authentication. All right, so you've got your wallet, you've got your Coinbase exchange. You now need to go to Opensea to connect your wallet to that marketplace so that you can buy an NFT. So what will happen is you'll go into Opensea and you're going to see a screen that looks like this. This here, you can see the little wallet in the top right-hand side. You'll go over there and you'll see this drop-down menu of wallet options. Click the one that you have. If you've opened MetaMask, click that. If not, it's Coinbase, click that. What will come up next is a QR code. So you'll have a QR code on your screen. You'll then go to your phone, you'll open your wallet, and on the top right-hand side, this is Coinbase. In the top right-hand side, you'll see that little icon. You'll click that and your camera for your wallet will open. Scan your camera over the QR code from Coinbase, from Opensea, and now that will sync and link your wallet to Opensea. So in that example, you see that Opensea hasn't asked for any information. It's the opposite. It's your wallet approving Opensea for it to connect, because the QR code is Opensea's QR code, not yours. Also, just to note, when you're looking at your wallet, I've blanked out my balance here, but you can see your balance would appear at the top, and you'd see that on the right-hand side how much that is in Ethereum. So your balance at the top will show it in your local currency, US dollars. Ethereum will show it in, if you have 100 ETH, good for you. If you have 0.1 ETH, keep building. But that's the balance there. All right, so once you have connected your wallet to Opensea, you need to go back to coinbase.com on your computer. All right, you're going to go back to your exchange so that you can send that Ethereum that you just bought using your bank account to your wallet. So it'll look a little bit like this. In your coinbase.com exchange, you're going to see on the left, you can kind of see there's some squiggles there of a chart. That's where you'll see the full chart of what your Coinbase balance is. And then you can, on the top right-hand side, you'll see the send and receive button. That send and receive button is what you'll click. And then this box on the right, where you see the big $0 sign, is where it will ask you what you want to send. So you can type in the amount that you want to send to your wallet. Let's say you want to send $1,000. I type in 1,000. In this to box here, it says to, then mobile, email, and address. You need to put in your wallet address. So your wallet address is what you were given when you opened your Coinbase wallet on your phone. You can copy that address. It's going to be a big, long series of numbers and letters. It's not going to make any sense. It's just, dozens of letters and numbers all together. You're going to copy that and put that in the to section. And then please make sure that you have selected pay with Ethereum. You want to make sure that you're sending the right crypto to your wallet, because if you send Bitcoin, you won't be able to buy anything with your wallet. Opensea doesn't accept Bitcoin, it only accepts Ethereum. So make sure that you're sending Ethereum. You'll hit continue. You'll be given like a great 2FA. It'll ask you to, do you want to make this transaction? We've sent you a code to your phone to accept it. You'll type in that code, and then what I call the longest 2.5 breaths of your day happens next, where you hit yes, and that Ethereum leaves your Coinbase account. And for like 2 full breaths and a good half breath, it's just floating out into the blockchain, and then it hits your wallet. It will hit your wallet, but you're not alone in the stress of gasping. I recommend just hydrate. Use that as a great opportunity just to hydrate, distract your mind and your body. Your Ethereum will hit. It just takes a little longer to hit the blockchain and appear in your wallet. Okay, so you've now got crypto, Ethereum in your wallet. You are ready to make a purchase. So what are you going to buy? All right, so I'm going to focus on female-led PFPs. PFPs are picture for proof NFTs. They are the ones that you see in a lot of people's social media profiles. It really signifies your digital identity for causes that you connect with or artists that you're supporting. It's really a game-changing initiative in the NFT space, and more people are getting behind having a PFP. So here are some that I love and recommend. Some of these are blue chips. So if you want to screen grab these, I recommend find one that you like the artwork of, especially. If you're representing yourself, you want to see yourself or something that you like in that picture. But also look for what they've done. So here's another good screen grab. Again, this is not an exhaustive list. This is kind of the main ones that have really filled the newsfeed and that are growing at a faster pace. But there definitely are some emerging blue chips. So the blue chips are ones that have sold out. All of these had 10,000 PFPs. They launched them last year. They sold out relatively quickly. They've all announced growth initiatives now. So they've hired new members of their team. They've been giving back, hundreds of thousands of dollars to causes and charities, or supporting other artist NFTs. And they've announced really exciting things like collaborations. So to give you a sense of a few of them, Boss Beauties, I don't know that they've officially announced it, but in the inner circles, it's all been talked about how they are doing a collaboration with Marvel. with some of their movies coming out. NFT Women and Weapons, always a great sign when you see a rebrand. They just came out with a gorgeous new logo, and they've made hints of some big announcements coming out as a multimedia brand and NFT company. So obviously some really big things in store for them this year. And the top, World of Women. I talk about them all the time. They were the first female-led NFT that really shook the crypto bro world up. And as recently as 4 or 5 hours ago, it was announced that the manager of Madonna and the manager of Bored Apes is now the manager for World of Women. What that means is he will be taking all kinds of initiatives for collaborations to the next level. They've also announced that owners of World of Women NFTs will own the full commercial rights to that artwork. So Bored Apes were the first to do this, and their price has gone from around $100 a year ago to now millions. Their NFTs are selling for millions and millions of dollars because they gave their owners, yes, great parties, a lot of great networks and collaborations, but they gave them full rights to use their Bored Ape image in whatever commercial use they wanted to. And so a lot of high net worth individuals, celebrities, and even brands like Adidas went and purchased a Bored Ape and have used it in their marketing and have done collaborations and actual product drops featuring that Bored Ape. So the whole collection has risen in value because of it, but then select Bored Apes have become celebrities. So for example, Bored Ape, and I'm making this up, Bored Ape number 952, may be featured in a TV ad or have its own product drop. And now this Bored Ape is a celebrity and an influencer outright, driving income for its NFT owner. The same thing is happening at World of Women. If you own, World of Women number 752, you may decide to put them in a campaign, put them in a movie, create an Instagram account for them, and they become some kind of personality with something that you're interested in and you're getting sponsorship for, or dropping merch collabs. That's really going to redefine the value of World of Women, so much so that in 4 hours, the lowest price of World of Women has doubled. And I think by the end of today, it may actually end up tripling. This morning, if you had tried to buy one, it would cost 3.8 ETH. And I think now, as of right now, it's 6.3 ETH, which is about 20,000 US dollars. So big news in the NFT space. All right, I'm going to pause there for a second just to see if there's any questions before we go into a live review of some of those blue chips. Oh, I see actually a lot in the chat. Okay, so what happens if you lose your recovery phrase? Amy, really good question. If you lose your recovery phrase, you will not be able to access your assets. It's a very sad story that has happened to a lot of people. You can't lose it. There's just no customer service team to help with it, unfortunately. Yeah, thank you, Courtney, for answering that. Okay, Courtney's asking, just curious if there's any advantage to using Coinbase over Metamask. There's not. In fact, Metamask has been a little more active in offering benefits to its wallet holders recently. But Coinbase is coming out with its own NFT marketplace later this year, so I feel like they're about to offer more benefits. It's probably just personal preference. You may even want to open up 2 wallets. There's no downside to having both, and you could store some of your assets in each one. Carly, 2 questions. One, I have a Coinbase and Coinbase wallet. It's not great here in Australia. Yes, it's very slow and low. If you open MetaMask and Binance, yes, you can. You absolutely can. So what will happen is if you already connected your Coinbase wallet to Opensea, that's now considered one Opensea account. So go to Opensea, log out of that one, and then sync it to your new MetaMask wallet. And now you have a second Opensea account. It's totally fine to have 2. I also do. You just decide which wallet you would like to sync it to each time you're making a purchase, and it will go into that wallet. Denise, certain platforms ask for certain wallets, and it's good to diversify. Yeah, it is. I think for all the security reasons we talk about, diversifying your wallets is never a bad thing. Yes, it's more to manage, and it's a lot more for you to juggle in terms of all those seed phrases. But it is true that not every platform is as friendly to every wallet. So you do end up needing to have a couple. I think as this continues to grow, that will change. And all like credit cards back in the 80s, some places only took Visa, some, never took American Express. Same kind of thing is happening here. Eventually, they're all going to accept all wallets. How much fee should I be charged to buy ETH? It does change all the time, and it changes by exchange. When you're buying it, that's not a gas fee. That's truly just a fee that the exchange is giving you. It should be, if you're buying $1,000, a $4 or $5 fee is pretty standard. I know sometimes it can be like a $20 or $30 fee. I think they're kind of figuring it out and seeing what they can get away with, to be honest. All right, gas fee.
It's like on average, like 4 to 5%. Like Coinbase has been, and I'm like, oh my God, this is just so much when it's drip feeding. Like, because I have to actually get money into my wallet, I've had to put $95 a day into it, and it's saying it wants to do $5 every time. It's like,
oh, it's obnoxious.
It's annoying. It's all good. It's really good to go through the process because I'm kind of figuring it out. But I just wondered what your opinion was, what was reasonable.
Yeah, it also varies by country. So Australia has some of the strictest standards because big banks here are very powerful and they don't love the decentralized financial model. Yeah, it is tough. I opened thankfully have a US Coinbase account that I'd opened before I came here, but friends have done what you're doing, and there doesn't seem to be any other way around it, except Binance does seem to just be more friendly for some reason. They must have had a better deal, or they got in earlier with the Australian regulations.
Okay, I'll try that today. Yeah, NAB has actually just blocked all of my Coinbase transactions as of last night as well. So they're definitely onto it. I've already got private banking onto it, but I was just so annoyed.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, Carly, it's frustrating. I'm sorry to hear that.
I would have bought my World of Women this week had they not done this. And so hearing this morning, I'm like, I can't even.
I'm so sorry. It's soul crushing. Trust me, I've been on calls where I've seen a World of Women that I want to get, and I'm like, oh, I'll do it in 30 minutes. And 30 minutes, it's gone. In fact, I have somebody texting me right now that the one I was looking at's gone. No. Oh, that's painful. All right, but there'll always be more. There'll always be more. Okay, yes. Lourdes, Boss Beauty owner, amazing. I'm so happy they did just announce it. They are a great community. And actually, Boss Beauties were the first NFT to be featured on the New York Stock Exchange floor, which I just think is great to see female presence in that space. Would I recommend buying a World of Women now, or is it too high? It's not too high. It is a high entry. If it's your budget and you can do it, I would say yes, or go in with someone, a friend, a family, if you have that level of trust, and create a side contract or agreement. It is truly, like I had said, literally last week, I put out a poll on the WagMe Instagram that I thought it would have a floor of 6 ETH by July and a 10 ETH floor by Thanksgiving. I'm going to eat my words. I think by April, we're looking at a 20 ETH floor. It is just exploding. So yes. Who would I recommend next to World of Women if it's not affordable? Great question. Women and Weapons would be my number 2. They are definitely more affordable. They're around 900 US dollars as a floor. And another one would be the Flower Girls. You can get some of those ones as of last night when I checked, around 200-300 US. So those have great futures ahead of them. Waiting 3 days to get your money into Coinbase. Yes, I've been there. I'm always there. It is so frustrating. They wait for banks to settle. So even when you make a big deposit into your Coinbase and you can see it there, it might say when you try to send that you have $0 to send. It's because it's waiting for your bank to settle that. And again, it's based on the bank's relationship and different limits you have with them. Yes, so I'd say the idea is get as much into your Coinbase exchange as you can when you can, so that you're ready to buy in the future, knowing that it could take a few days to get all this set up. But once you're set up, it will be much more streamlined as a process. Laura, yes, log out of MetaMask immediately after use. Absolutely, log out of everything out of use. That is such an important reminder. Because all this is, currently being used on your hardware. If someone takes your laptop and you haven't logged out of this, they can now log into your Opensea Coinbase. Log out always. Also keeps your mind sharp. Remembering your seed phrases and your passwords, never a bad thing. Since Amy says, since you could lose access to your wallet, would it make sense to only transfer the amount of funds you wish to purchase each time? I think most people I talk to do exactly that. I'm the same. I don't keep everything in my wallet. I like to, for the wallet that I trade in, I'd say this, you could have multiple wallet strategies. You could have one wallet that you never touch and you hold the majority of your assets in there. That's a safe way to keep your assets safe because you're not syncing it, opening it all the time, using it. In fact, you could even use a hardware wallet like Ledger or Trezor to keep the bulk of your assets just really tight, secure over there. And then for your wallet that you're trading and buying NFTs, just transferring the amount as you need it, maybe a day or two in advance, because it could still take a little while with the banks and things. That's the strategy that I use as well. And most people I know do the same.
So Michelle, you shouldn't keep anything in your core Coinbase account. Everything should be in a wallet.
No, you can keep things in the exchange. Coinbase itself will say that they're secure, but they're not unhackable, if you will. So keeping it's secure in the exchange, but like anything, it's another risk. Yeah. I guess nothing is without risk is the problem here.
Quick question, is there any advantage to doing it on my laptop versus my phone? So I've been doing all of this through their apps. So I've been opening Opensea just through my, internet browser on my phone. And then it asked me to connect my wallet and I use my fingerprint to open my Coinbase wallet and it syncs the transaction. Is there any downside to that versus a computer?
Not at all. I've made many purchases using my phone as well. That's totally fine. The thing to note is it's almost impossible to do through the app, but through Opensea on the browser, you can do it, and that's totally fine. Again, I would just make sure you close that web browser down after you've made the purchase and just clear your browser history on your phone.
Okay.
Okay, Denise is asking about gas fees. Gas fees are just here. Everyone hates it. I know, no one is okay with it. And it's so inexplainable why one day it's $50, the next day it's $230. It's the demand, but what is driving that demand can change based on the news cycle, when there's a new drop, something like the world of women's kind of hype right now that's going on. I'm sure gas fees are going nuts. It just is. And I would say this, I've found that you can try to find more sustainable options, but the NFTs, particularly the blue chip ones, you can't buy them with anything but ETH. So yeah, you can find NFTs with Solana or with wrapped ETH, which is WETH, or Polygon, but you can't buy the ones that you want if they want to sell it in Ethereum. So it's almost just building it into the cost of doing business, and just maybe take note of it so that if you want to sell that NFT, you're baking in what the cost of that gas was so that you wait to hit a price that will compensate for that fee upfront. Okay, Bryce, you're asking, every time I try to buy an NFT, it makes me turn my ETH into WETH. Oh, interesting. Bryce, are you there that you could let me know where are you looking to buy NFTs that they're making you change that? Oh, Bryce, are you there? Maybe, oh, you could drop it into, oh, here we go. Bryce, you're on mute.
Sorry.
Ah, there you go.
On Opensea.
Oh, interesting.
It makes me go through a conversion every time, and then it charges me for the wrap.
I'm finding
and
the
it just
same
takes
thing.
a long time. It takes it took me like 30 minutes to convert.
Okay, so
anytime there's a conversion, I just get nervous.
Yeah, no, I feel anytime if it's another step in the process, it's another minor panic attack. I hear you. Those must be sellers that are reselling for WETH, and those must be that. So when you go into OpenSea, you can see. Sorry, there's like a party happening at my house with the locksmith. We got locked out of our house. The red ETH symbol, they may be sellers who are selecting WETH to sell it in. And that's what you're probably encountering. When we go through OpenSea, let's just let's revisit that and take a look. Because I have not had that where OpenSea is making me convert. So maybe you can just show me a live example. Okay, do you always need, okay, Sally, sounds like you're having the same issue with the wrapped ETH. Okay. A 17-day waiting period, Melanie. Wow, if you've recently purchased. Okay, so yeah, that's good, just I guess for everyone to note. Definitely don't delay if you haven't made a purchase to buy crypto. Do it now if Coinbase or others are starting to implement longer waiting periods for your first transaction. All right, Bridget recommends an independent bank for trading. Oh, I don't know. Every bank is so different. Whether you work with an independent or a commercial bank, they all have different rules. I think you might need to reach out and ask them and see what their limits and timeframes are. Okay, when you bid on an NFT, does it reduce your funds available? No, it doesn't take the funds out when you bid on something, but it does, it's almost like a hold. So you can't go and, like if you go and buy something else and use those funds, then your bid is going to be withdrawn. Likewise, as I've understood in my experience, if you place multiple bids, you'll hit a limit that says you can't make any more bids, you don't have enough funds available. Because if they all accepted at the same time, you wouldn't be able to fund all of them at the same time. So consider it like a hold on your account, but the funds haven't left the account yet.
No, what happened was I went into my wallet. I didn't see my funds available and they didn't have any NFTs. And then I logged on to OpenSea and connected my wallet, and it actually bought an NFT that I bid on. And
yes.
it's not showing in my wallet.
When did you make the purchase? Was it just recently?
Yeah, the trade went through.
It can take up to 48 hours. Oh, 3 days is a long time. It can take up to 48 hours. When you look at that NFT on OpenSea, does it say that it's owned by you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's some kind of syncing issue just to your wallet on your phone. As long as it's showing that it's appearing in your wallet when you connect to OpenSea, it's there. You may need to do a manual import on your wallet to import NFTs.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just add that to the list of other things that really are stress-inducing in the NFT crypto space. Yeah, I wish that it was more instantaneous, but it can take a little while.
Just out of curiosity, Michelle, how do you typically
How do you typically plan in advance for opportunities like this pop, what we're seeing with World of Women? Because things take so long, what do you recommend allocating in different wallets just to be ready?
If you know, sorry, I actually blanked out because my AirPod just died halfway through. You said if you know you want to get a World of Women?
More so just in general, because the space moves so quickly, but because the purchase of ETH and obviously all of this backend stuff takes time, how do you recommend preparing so that you're ready if and when things start to move quickly?
Yeah, I would try to do it the night before. Like if you know that tomorrow you've got your eye on something or you're kind of preparing to do your buys, transfer your crypto the night before just so that you've got it there, there's no delays, make sure that your wallet it's synced up and you can see now the transfers hit. The night before is fine. And then just get ready the next morning, wake up and go shopping.
Darling, just letting you know the sound has come off your voice. So you're really faint.
Yeah. Is that better?
Yes.
All right, go. There we go. I mean, it's funny what 8 hours of Zoom will do. I guess my AirPods are just not up for the challenge. Okay, is there a benefit to simply holding an NFT in the long term versus selling at some point? Okay, that is a really good question. It depends on your strategy and what you're wanting to do. I think with blue chips, buy them now and hold. These are going to be $1 million NFTs. I'm just telling you, they're going to be $1 million NFTs. When they hit $1 million, I can't tell you if that's in 2 years or 8 years, but they absolutely are like the Central Park real estate of our time. So for the blue chips, Flower Girls for a few hundred or World of Women for 20,000, put those in your wallet, put them in a hardware wallet, and if you can, forget about them, great. I typically don't like to relist it for sale for 2 reasons. One, ETH, is spiky. We don't know what's happening with crypto. And if overnight I've listed something, even if I put I'll sell it for 200 ETH, if overnight there is something that shakes up the industry and ETH falls down to $100, I would be absolutely devastated that someone came in and swept that up because it was 200 ETH and now that was worth a fraction of what I was going for. I think the other thing is it's great to see what people will bid. So even if you don't put that you're listing your NFT for sale, people can still make offers. So it's a really great way to quietly just read the market and see what others are willing to pay. And then when you are ready, you get kind of a temperature check on where the market's at. So for those ones, keep them, tuck them away, forget about them. There's a notion called sweep the floor, which you could also do. And probably Flower Girls, in terms of NFT, would be the best example. Sweeping the floor on World of Women would be way too expensive. So right now, the floor price for NFT, for Flower Girls, let's say it's $200. When you go to the buy, when you click on buy now, you'll see, actually, you know what? Why don't I just take you over there? Let's go see what sweep the floor means. And I will show you. All right, let's share screen. Okay, can everyone see this? We are currently on Opensea looking at World of Women. Right now, if you scroll down, you'll see that to buy now, when you click here, these are people who have actively listed it. It's a buy now. If you buy it, you will get it. They can't change their mind. You can see that the floor price is now 6.69. That's the cheapest one. So as you scroll down here now, you can get a good assessment of how many are under 7 ETH. So, all right, you can get maybe 12 to 15 under 7 ETH. If you are a total NFT whale, you're a baller, you've got millions of ETH, you bought this crypto back in 2014, good for you, you could sweep the floor. What you would do then is you would buy all of these under 7 ETH. You'd sweep that floor. And now what you've essentially done is you've changed this floor price So now the cheapest one to get is 7 ETH. And you could flip them right away because you've set this new bar, and you could relist everything just for 7 ETH. So sweeping the floor is taking up that lowest amount to boost the next milestone ETH number. So let's go to the Flower Girls. Because I'm sure there are a lot of people actually sweeping the floor here because they are a little more affordable. And you see here, okay, they have 10,000 NFTs that are out there, almost 4,000 owners, which tells you that most people own 2 or 3. The cheapest one is 0.11 ETH, which is about $350. And a total of 1,400 ETH has been traded for the whole collection in the first and secondary sales. Okay, you can see a little bit here. You can read their roadmap. Looks like when they did their minting, their original launch, it was on Nifty. So you could purchase these on Nifty or here at Opensea. All right, so when you look down here, I've already got the filter on for buy now. I'll tell you that I think this is the most efficient way to make your NFT purchase. I think bidding is wasting your time and theirs. It doesn't seem apparent that anyone is accepting bids outside of just looking to do their research to see what the maximum number is that they could get for their NFT. I'm wondering if, Bryce, you had the question about the WETH, if it's because you're bidding and it's people who have used WETH in this example like that. Is that right?
Yeah, I was bidding.
Yep. So yeah, they're then setting the terms for making you convert to WETH. I find that it's easier if you just go to buy now and then you can see just the pure ETH. So WETH is the red symbol and ETH is the gray. And there's a purple one, which is the Polygon as well. I think for your own ease and peace of mind and reducing your own fees and eliminating those extra steps that Bryce was sharing where you have to transfer it over and wrap it, look for NFTs. There's so many in the collections that have just regular ETH. Okay, so you're here. If you wanted to sweep the floor, there's a lot. You could really pick up a good amount here for a few $100s, and you could then lift the floor price in doing so. If you bought 12 of those cheapest NFTs, you would now lift the floor price to 0.14. And then you could flip and sell some of your NFTs that you did not want to keep. Okay, but how do you know which NFT is a good one of the Flower Girls? Let's say you don't want to sweep the floor, or you've already swept the floor, but now you want to find an NFT that you want to keep and use for your own either long-term investment or your own PFP. You can come down in here and you can see all the features. And this is where you can select and find the most rare combinations. So let's go with flowers, since flowers are their main theme. They have 110 different kinds of flowers. If you keep scrolling down, you see a lot of them have about 100 that feature their flower. But you keep scrolling down. Let's see what the most rare one is. We keep going and going. All right, so these ones here, the blue peony, the mallow fascinator, the chrysanthemum, and the tick seed. These will be the highest value as this collection continues into the future. So let's look at the blue peonies. So we saw that the cheapest price to get is about $300. Of these rare ones, which they all launched at the same price, these are not even for sale. They're so rare, all 11 owners are keeping them. So that's good to note that even the availability of this is very rare, which tells you something. If you see one of these listed in the future, you're going to know to act and that you are making a good investment because they are in very scarce supply. Let's see if any of these are even available. And I'll go back up to select buy now. Of the 4 rarest items, there are 25 total. Only 1 of those is available, and it's available for 1,000 ETH. So for 3.38 million, you could have this, which just tells you that there is a dedicated community. There are people who see the value in this. It would be more concerning if nobody was listing any high prices for their NFTs, because you'd be confused as to why they're in the space. So buying something at the floor, I think, is a really strong investment moving forward. But let's go to one in the middle, and let's cross-reference a few different properties. So of the flowers, where do we go? Here?
Is the rarity ranking and stats an indication of value? Like 10 of 10,000?
Yes, absolutely. It's just like good old-fashioned Pokemon cards. The rares definitely appreciate in value. That's not to say that other ones that people just like appreciate in value as well. Like there are just some features that people love, and even though they might be more common, people just want to have it in their PFP. There are some that I've seen, the 3D cyber glasses, where they're not an uncommon feature, but people just like the look of it, so they've been priced higher. Let's just choose something like this, Oriental Poppy. I'm gonna get, okay, so of the Oriental Poppy, there's 110. Wow, this community is dedicated. They are holding on to them. Again, that's just a good data point to know that they are everyone is speculating that the value will go up, and there are no rush to sell. So 16 are available to sell. I'm just going to clear out all these filters here so we can see it. Okay. Oh, and in that time, one sold. Now there's only 15. Okay. So of these, you can see that the cheapest one that is available to buy is 0.17 ETH, and the most expensive is, sorry, on my screen, 30 ETH. All right, so great. Again, just another data point that this is obviously a flower that, even though it's more common, people are seeing value. They're going to hold and retain that value. You can see down here what the last person paid for it. So I'm guessing that's the original owner after it minted, and he or she has been sitting on this waiting for a 12 ETH price. This person, there's no last price. They were the ones who originally minted it. So they didn't pay a secondary market value. They paid I think it was 0.05 ETH. So maybe $100 they paid for theirs. And that is a great deal for them if they can sell that one. So I love
when you have a second.
Oh, I was just going to say, my strategy when I find a feature that I love is to buy the cheapest house in the best street. So this is the Poppy Street. Let's say I was obsessed with this. This is the one I want. I don't have 30 ETH. Then it's a no-brainer for me. I'm going to get the cheapest one that I can, and know that all poppies are going to rise as this feature continues to sell. So let the bigger, pricier ones do the heavy lifting for you, and get that cheapest house on the best street kind of mentality. Sorry, Denise, I think you had a question.
Yeah, so sorry about that. Of course, my dog started barking. So I had a question about blue chips. I'm kicking myself because my screen's still open from last night. I was looking at Women of the World, and I was at 368, and then I went to bed. So I have a question about what is a blue chip and how do you know? And then also what's the minting process? Because I'm on a white list for something on the 14th, and I'm so anxious, but I don't know what's going to happen when I get the link or when the Discord tells me where to go.
Okay, sorry, there was a big ding. So could you say that one more time?
First, I asked about blue chips and what does a blue chip mean, and how do you know what's a blue chip? And then the second question I had was, what is minting like? If you're part of a Discord and you're on a white list, is what this Discord's calling it. I don't know if that's a term through all Discords, but, and you're sitting there with the opportunity to buy really low at like 0.07, and you're going to mint. What's that process like? What should you be prepared to do?
Yeah, great question. Okay, so blue chips. First of all, look for the roadmap. That is the most important first place to start. And look for, not all blue chips have the verified tick, but the majority of them do. Women Rise is one that unfortunately doesn't have the tick yet. Opensea, I think, is just, they're just backed up. They're just going through so many, it's slow. So look for the blue tick, look for the roadmap. Get to know who the founders or founding team are and understand what is their plan. So let's go through Women Rise and I'll take you through their current website because it'll answer two of your questions. They're currently still minting as well. Okay, so Women Rise. You can see here that they're still minting. I think of the 10,000 NFTs, they've gone through maybe 3,000 or just over. So there's still about 6.5, 7,000 left to mint. They're all minting for 0.07 ETH plus gas fees. And when you mint it, you won't know which one you got for about 48 hours. I've minted 2 of theirs and I've seen it appear in my wallet about 3 to 4 hours later, but they do say it can take up to 48 hours to reveal. The roadmap is the first place though that I start for any purchase. Look at look at the founder, where they come from. Maliha is a very well-renowned artist. She has about 80,000 followers in her own right. She has a very deep footprint. You know, she's a person that you can find. You can contact her. She's put her name and her face out there in the world with various interviews and events. So that kind of accountability is first and foremost a sign of a blue chip project. Founders who want to be very present. Sorry, wow, this World of Women thing is really blowing up. I feel like my notifications are going off. The second thing is look at the roadmap now. So what do you get if you're an early adopter? Well, you get a better price for sure. You also get a little more of the risk because you don't know if it's going to sell out. So Women Rise is one of those examples. We don't know if it will sell out. It looks like it will. Everyone's talking about it. What's coming up? Well, the good news is Gary Vaynerchuk just announced VCon, which is happening in May, and the team at Women Rise will be featured at VCon in Las Vegas for this huge big conference that he's doing. That is an indicator of some big news that will come out, and I'm sure we're going to see the floor price absolutely escalate for this project as a result of that promotion. You can see here that they do give back to the Malala Fund, which is great. They're creating real connections to real organizations. So you can always reach out to the Malala Fund as well. Is this legitimate? Are you working with Women Rise? And get their confirmation. See what else they're reposting, which then also leads you to who else is posting about this? Are there celebrities? Are there collaborations? Who else is willing to talk about this project, not just the founder of the project, to give that credibility? You see here, there's a book and an art print component coming out. There's activist clubs coming. So you really see that there's a lot of longevity and deep roots that they're building. Deep roots signal blue chip foundations, and that's what you're looking for. At this stage, you can't guarantee it, but you're de-risking your investment as much as humanly possible by seeing all of these initiatives take shape and having the founder be accountable to that. Does that answer that part of the question, Denise?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. And then for minting, it should be a really user-friendly experience. When you click to mint, a pop-up will come up that just says, I don't know if you saw when I first came on here, it wanted to connect automatically with my Metamask. When you click to mint, it'll want to sync to your wallet. You do need Metamask if you're going to do Women Rise. That's the only wallet that they're working with. And then you just very simply hit mint. It will take about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your Wi-Fi connection. You'll just see it saying busy, spinning around, busy, busy, busy. And then all of a sudden it will say, boom, number 3045 is yours. And then watch out for it in your wallet.
It's very exciting.
That's so cool. Hey, Michelle, like seriously, like this is so cool that you're going step by step through this. Like I honestly, like you should be really proud of what you're doing. And I'm the same as the lady that was just speaking a moment ago, literally kicking myself. I didn't get myself more organized now, but it's super fun. And I like how you're making it really easy to understand and repeating yourself. So thank you, because you feel a bit basic when you start on something new like this. So you're doing a really good job of explaining.
Well, I'm glad, and I'm here to help, because I did this. I've been in the space for a few years, and I think about how stressful and confusing it was to me as someone who had knowledge. I can't imagine how anyone is navigating the space without anyone to just pick up the phone and say, wait, what does that mean? What's going on? This is crazy. And also, if you're ever worried that someone or something is like wanting to sync to your phone, I've had a couple of people DM, don't send me screen grabs of your wallet. Don't do that. But screen grab if some other platform is asking like to sync, or the process feels a little suspicious about like, hey, they say to link my account, I need to do this. Send me a picture of what they're asking for before you do anything. I can at least be another set of eyes. I've definitely seen a lot of phishing scams. The other phishing scam is when you get a wallet, you should never, ever get an email from your wallet. You don't need an email to have a wallet. You'll notice that when you sign up for Metamask or Coinbase wallet, it's the seed phrase. There's no, that wallet doesn't know who you are. That wallet doesn't have your name, doesn't have your phone number, it doesn't have your email. So if you ever get an email, and I guess some people were sharing that Metamask emails are going around saying like, hey, you've been inactive for a week. If you don't click here, we're going to delete your wallet. So they all clicked to open the wallet, and of course had their email hacked. And so they then had their Coinbase hacked, or other wallets compromised if they went and clicked on the screen grabs that they had. It was just so messy. If you see any email from Coinbase wallet or Metamask or Trust wallet, just delete it right away. Don't even open it. They have no need to ever contact you. They don't know who you are.
Michelle, what about connecting in Discord, which I just signed up for Discord this weekend, and it's really overwhelming.
I'm stressed just with that question. Yeah.
They keep saying, you know, to connect your wallet through, I forget what it's called, but it Collabland, and it stresses me out.
I can't. Oh.
So I don't know if I should be trying to do that, or if I should just let it be, because it stresses me out. Yeah.
Okay. I see someone else has an answer. I'll give mine, and then Denise, please share yours. Don't do it. I went through the same thing. I went to do it, and it's all bot simulated. So there are some apparently Collabland is legitimate if it's actually Collabland doing it, but there are too many bots filling your feed then and your DMs that if you click the wrong one, which I did, all of a sudden it comes up with this like QR code that you're supposed to like sync your phone to. And I was like, whoa, I'm like, I don't know about this. So I just screen grabbed the QR code they sent me. I sent it to World of Women, and I was like, guys, I feel really like vulnerable. Is this truly what you want your users to do? And they were like, absolutely not. Do not. Like, I was like, okay, I'm out. I deleted Discord. I just like got out of there just with this like quick, like, I don't want to get burned. I'm now since back in Discord. I messaged with them. I shared my experience. They, of course, share every experience with their followers to say, hey, this is a new version of the scams going around. What I did do was I said, look, there's no way I'm linking through Discord or syncing anything. How else can I get verified? Is there a manual way to do it? And there is. They had basically said, if you put this like name in your user profile, we can then see that that's your wallet. We'll just check to see if there's a World of Women in your wallet, because everyone can see your wallet in Opensea. So they then went to see if I had one in my public wallet, and they can verify you there. I'm also kind of like, you know what though, the value for me isn't about getting the free airdrops. It's fine if I miss a POAP, if I miss an airdrop, I'm cool with that if it means that my assets are safe.
Well, that's scary. because I got that QR code that you said, and I actually tried to do it at first, and I couldn't figure it out, and thank God I didn't, because it sounds like that was probably a scam. I did turn off all my DMs, and I think I'm just going to take the path of not connecting on Discord, because I don't need to be in it that badly.
Too much stress. Unless you, it's too much stress. Denise, sorry, I felt like you were going to say something about this as well.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you so much. This is like mind-blowing and such great information. I'm so thankful, and I'm so proud of myself because I actually understand what you're talking about. And in the beginning, this is very intimidating. And I got caught out there, so I'm going to put myself out there and say that because it happens to someone. I work on my phone all the time. Like, I know about security. I run a website, and you still, like, you get a DM, you think they say something that you're after, you think you're making the right decision, and then you get caught. So I lost a little ETH. I wasn't feeling too happy about it, but my husband told me to write it off. If you buy something great, you're going to triple it, quadruple it. So you kind of just, that's a lesson I had to learn getting burned. But yeah, those DMs, I'm in a couple of Discords because you will have to be part of Discord. I mean, the ones that I've seen, you have to be part of them to be part of the whitelist and be able to be on the first round of a project. But they are constantly reminding you that they will never DM you and that they will never ask for any of your information via a DM. So you just turn DMs off. And if you can't figure out how to do that, you just don't answer. Sorry, here go my dogs again. The thing is that they will make the senders look exactly like the community that you're a part of.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Somebody asked about what is Discord. It's a social media app where communities can get together and they can make announcements. There can be very positive, great communities on Discord, and it's where you get notified of whitelists, where you can be basically like, you get preview access to upcoming drops. There's lots of benefits to NFTs. I would always suggest just take one step at a time. Protect your wallet, make the NFT purchases that you want. When you're ready, you can dip your toe into Discord, but exactly as Denise said, don't answer any DMs, don't give away any information. It's just not worth it. And someone had a question about what are airdrops. You may find from time to time random NFTs appear in your wallet. They could be legitimate airdrops from the projects that you've purchased. So they're kind of like little NFT gifts. Or they can be kind of like really annoying ones where people airdrop NFTs because they want, it happens to a lot of celebrities, because then when people go and look at a wallet, they can see. So I was actually going to pull this up. They can see what's in there. Look, I don't know who this person is, but I'm just going to click on them just so we can take a look at their wallet and see. But some people, okay, so you can see here, this fortune favors the bold. We don't know who that person is, but we can see that they've collected 22 NFTs. Some people may have airdropped them in here. Just so when I'm in here, I'm like, oh, wait, I know fortune favors the bold. So cool. If they're buying Atom Bomb Squad, then maybe that's a legitimate one and I should buy it too. Or what is this wolf game? Oh, I better get one. It kind of is a little deceptive if you don't know if they actually bought it or if it was airdropped in. But everyone will be able to see inside your wallet. So it's up to you if you want to use your real name or a fake name, or just use your wallet address, which is what this is here.
Sorry, Michelle, one other quick thing about that. So I have an NFT that showed up, which I actually messaged you about this, and he's been incredibly helpful. So thank you so much. You've walked me through this whole thing. But there's an NFT in my wallet, in my Coinbase wallet that showed up, but when I go on Opensea, I can't see it in there. And I've been nervous to click on it.
Okay.
And I have no idea. It has like a little purple circle next to it with the, but I have no idea where it came from.
Yeah, I mean, it could be an airdrop, but I'm kind of with you until you know the origin of it. I mean, try Googling the name of it. Whatever part of the name you can see. I wouldn't click on it either, to be honest.
Okay. Because on my phone, it doesn't show the pictures of them. It just says, and it says Opensea and it has a purple thing next to it, but it doesn't show up on my Opensea wallet when I pull it up in Opensea, like the public view of it.
Yeah, that's strange. Everything should be synced up between the two. I mean, what you could do is, if you have a second wallet, transfer everything out that's meaningful into your second wallet, empty that wallet so there's nothing, to lose. You could click on it then and see what it is.
Okay.
We may have to do like a whole session on like these random NFTs that appear. It feels like it's just modern day spam. Like our email inboxes used to be filled with spam. Now I feel like it's these random airdrop NFTs.
I'm just so nervous to click anything or to do anything, especially now that I've bought a few NFTs. I'm just so petrified of
the less
clicking
poking around
anything.
I agree. It's better not to poke around. Keep your NFT baby safe. That's a new one though. If it's not showing up in Opensea, I don't know how to explain that one. Has anyone else had any experience with that? Okay.
I have on my MetaMask, I'll show NFTs that don't show on Opensea, but only on MetaMask.
Okay.
On the Coinbase wallet.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I know we're a little over time. I can probably do a few more questions before I have to go. I've got other Zoom calls.
Are there any
projects?
Sorry, I've got a question, Michelle. Are there any projects that are coming up, that dates in the diary that we should be knowing about? Is there a way, like you were saying, Discord's a good way to find out about them, but like complete rookie, I have no idea. I want to have a play. I want to sign up and go through the process, even if the projects aren't necessarily going to be huge. Like, is there somewhere to go to find out where they are? Is it just word of mouth, or like, how do you know the next release?
Yep. That's what I'm trying to help with wagme.nft as an Instagram handle, because there isn't really a place. So if you've been on my other events or seen the videos, you know that I have a real sticking point with at NFT. At NFT is an Instagram handle that has 1 million followers, and it represents an entire category. But they don't vet anything they post. It's a lot of paid posts. So there've been so many rug pulls there. There've been a ton of scams. Don't buy anything just because you see the hype on NFT. Everything I'm going to try and get ahead of as much as I can. I'm trying to build a community for us, so that there might be a few others looking and vetting and helping to talk to the upcoming drops. There are a couple of great ones coming. So right off the bat, I can tell you queerrise.nft. That's coming. Lost Girls of the Metaverse is coming. And I can even share that as of next week, there is a new NFT coming from my company, which is really exciting, called, I'll give you the name, which we haven't released, called Mavion. So I'll just try to post them all on wagme.nft. And if you guys see any that are being posted about, just DM them to me, and I'm happy to dive in and figure out the legitimacy of them as well.
Okay, and one question just on the back of that, and that's awesome. Congratulations, you're launching something that's super exciting. I can't wait to see. Are there any of those blue chips or that list that you gave other than Women Rise that are still minting, that we could kind of go through that process?
Oh, yes, there are. Alpha Girl Club. Alpha Girl Club is pretty cool. I think they're around 7,000 or 8,000 minted of the 10,000, and they are building a mental health app. Oh, cool. And they're also doing, it's very Japanese inspired. Their pieces are, actually, I'll just show you. Their artwork, I think, is really, really cool. Just note that it's Alpha Girl singular, because there are a couple of plural imposters. They don't have their tick yet, but you can see here they've minted 8,500. So that's the one. They haven't hit the 10,000 mark yet. The rarity features are really cool on this one. I do love it.
Yeah, I saw them. They're
and-
actually really pretty, these ones.
Yeah, these are super cool. And the floor price is 0.04. I mean, you can get one for $100. Like, this is fantastic. Yeah, and they're doing as part of their roadmap, if you go to their website, they've got some kind of trip to Japan as well. So this is, and the founding team, it's actually two guys. One is based in Seattle, and he used to have a company that Coinbase acquired. So he has a big digital footprint, and he can be verified. And the co-founder is the artist, I believe, another guy. But they must have some other women on the team. I haven't posted about them on WAGME yet because I've been reaching out to ask them more questions about the team and about the roadmap and what's happening, and they haven't responded. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Obviously, who am I? But I just want to get a little more information before I put it out there so that I'm really doing my due diligence for you guys. But to be in full disclosure, I bought two of these because I think that there is something really exciting about this project. And the floor price is nothing.
Thank you, love.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that probably wraps up today. Thank you for your interest, your energy, your questions. Oh, someone has something about if your NFT doesn't appear. What does it say? Oh, great. Matthew at Wavely. Hi. Great comment in the chat, if you guys can all see, that it might be powered by a different chain as opposed to Ethereum, so it won't appear in your wallet automatically. So yeah, looking to then manually set up your wallet and sync it and find the NFT to import. All right. All right, guys. Well, I'm here. I'm ready and willing to answer any questions. Good luck. Go find the NFT of your dreams. I'm too scared to open World of Women again, but I have to because these notifications have got piqued my curiosity. Who knows what it will be? But I will see you online soon, I hope.